Okay. I think we're good. Hello, everyone. Today we're going to be doing a bit of uh, what's the word? VOD review. So I am going to be having somebody send me their link to their VODs, and we're going to watch it. I'm not expecting viewership to be particularly high right now, just because it's very different from the thing that I normally do. Hola, hello Maya, what's up? So cool. So he just sent me his link. So I will open it. Okay. Okay. Sorry, just a little bit of technical stuff. Let's mute this game all. Go. Okay. So now we can use monitor stream. Get everything up. Okay. So we have it up. Okay. Now, let's do it like this. Okay. And let me get you on the phone. Okay. Hey, are you there? Steph? Can you hear me? I can't hear you. It might be on my end. Quick. Headphones, Realtek audio cannot be picked up. Or not. Interesting. Hey, Jacob. Good to have you. Okay. So this should be working. Why is it not? That's frustrating. I see you're making sound. The fact that I can't hear it is a problem. I don't know what to do. Save. Okay. I don't know what's going on. This is I might just have to have it that only I can hear you. I don't know what else to do. Huh. This is weird. Never had this happen. Yeah, unfortunately, bit of an issue. Technical difficulty. But it is part of it. Here, maybe just this. Yeah, I can hear the sound effects of the call. I just can't hear you. Weird. Hmm. Yeah, indeed. Octopus indeed. I don't know what to do. Uh, mute, maybe? Yeah, I can hear the mute sound effect. I just can't. I can't hear you. Hey, Richie, what's up? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Uh, I really would like this to work. And it's nice is that by restarting Discord, yeah, that makes sense. But the thing that's nice is that you have time, like because you're a person who doesn't have someone coming after you. I don't mind spending extra time. Like we can go to like 12:10 if we have disconnect, disconnect, and nope, still not working. All right, now let's try and like actually reset it. Reset. Close window. Not letting me do that. Please. I don't know how to do it. This is a massive bra moment. Unfortunately, I'm about to go for a jog, man. We'll be listening to you in the background. Thank you. Thank you. Cool. Cool. So, I don't do. Huh. This is weird. I've never had this happen. Let's go to sound setting. Bruh. Connects me. Output device. Yes. There you are. Perfect. So glad we got it to work. I was not going to be happy if you couldn't get streamed. Perfect. Awesome. Cool. So, okay. Let's pull up monitor stream. I'll just go like this. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. That's honestly, that's top player privilege because people get scared of you. It really is. Okay. Let's pull up your thing. I have to switch to monitor stream, which will make this an encompassing void. But I did set this up yesterday. This is the monitor stream. Okay. So let's pull up VOD. I believe it's okay, and I should be streaming. Make sure that that's what's being done. Perfect. Okay, so that's what it looks like is going on. All right. So now we can play your VOD. $33 for there. So you did really well in this tournament if you were streaming it for 2 hours. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, okay. So having him as your round two also isn't particularly good for your run either. So let's get this going and watch. Okay. Okay. So let's just watch the first stop. Okay. 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 Nice. Yeah. All right. So okay. here's generally what I'm getting a vibe of. Feels like you're trying to beat him at his own game, right? Like you're trying to punish things that are obviously safe because you want to. Oh, it is. It's cutting out a little bit. Wait a minute. Pull up. No. Thing. Hold on a minute. Technical difficulty city today. Okay. It says on here that my mic is working. It might be Discord. I'll switch to Facecam, pull up Discord. Okay. Is it better now? Here. I'm hearing a little bit of feedback on your end. I don't know if it's something that's going on with my microphone. Huh. Interesting. I don't know why that could be. I'm using my like Epoch Cam. I'm using my phone. I don't know what. I don't think there's a settings thing. It just mutes me. It just that button just mutes me. I don't know what to do. Uh hmm. Okay. I'll try this. Oh, okay, yeah. Cool, that's no problem at all. Good morning, John. So let's pull up the monitor stream and get back to the VOD. Yeah, if that comes up, don't worry about it. So a little awkward with the Twitch VOD. I can do it. So okay. I just want to pause it when you lose neutral. So the thing about Pyra and Mithra is that they get to exert. Okay, so he down aired your shield, which is a massive combo starter, and then he went for a roll coverage, and you jumped, which was fine, right? That was an absolutely fine interaction. But I will say, you immediately gave him the upper hand, right? Firstly, all top players, but especially Louise, are very confident in their ability, right? So they're going to be the type of people to drop from the platform and immediately start pressuring your shield, right? So you can do one of two things. You can move out of that space, right? Or you can try and attack them first, right? Obviously, one of them is a little bit riskier, but I will say, like, dropping from the platform and holding shield is not what you want to be doing against a top player who, is your round two and they're just playing Pyra and Mithra and they're really confident and they already are just like thinking about round eight. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So ZSS is a character that can like really use their movement, and I think that even though you might not have won, I think that's the better outlook to take because most of the first stock is very shield heavy. He gets a conversion. How does he get that hit? So you land and you jump again. Yeah, and you go for a down air. All right, so that's clearly nerves. There was no reason to do that. That might even have been a misinput. And he gets a conversion. He gets an F tilt, and you air dodge, and then you hold shield again. He gets the grab, right? Because you're worried about the hit, right? So here's the thing, right? Like when you're worried about a hit, you're gonna tense up and you're gonna freeze up. A lot of like really confident, really good players take pseudo risks when they go for approaches because they're really confident that their approach will work, right? There's always going to be a way you can land a hit on anyone. Always. So if you go for an option that covers a lot of different options, but gets punished by maybe one or two, it's usually a very good approach. A very good approach if you're only getting punished by one thing, right? So yeah, again, you're tensing up and allowing this sort of pressure to be exuded. It's back thrown. Yeah, that was a good F tilt to keep him away from you, but you extended it with a fair that was unsafe. The rising fair there wasn't safe. After an F tilt, there's nothing guaranteed, and Pyra's pretty heavy, so she'll just kind of fall. So after the F tilt, you might have wanted to pressure him instead of going for like something that might have caught his jump or something like that. You know what I mean? because that was a very specific call out. Okay, that was a good Zaire and a good up smash. Oh, that's unfortunate. That was really good drift on his part, by the way. Like that was just a really good player thing to drift away from the up air. Right? I wouldn't say that that was your mistake. You were just looking for an extension and he made you overextend. So we can continue. You caught your short hop. Nice. Okay. Maybe not boost kick, but honestly, it doesn't really matter as long as you get him off stage. What were you saying? What? Oh yeah, yeah. Well, here's the thing, right? This is actually really good if you are cringing. Oh wait, my camera's not getting me. This is really good if you are cringing because it's like now that you've seen it, right? Even if it doesn't turn it from bad to perfect, it'll get it from bad to better, you know? Because now you'll be so aware and like so like not wanting to do the things you've done. Even if it's not completely gone, it'll still help you improve. All right, so we can continue. Okay. So the flip kick is okay. It's not a bad mix up at all. And honestly, you can do it like 50% of the time. But as soon as it starts getting to a point where he expects you to just be landing in the center, he actually covered it with Nair a couple times, right? So it's just kind of a risk at that point. You can, I feel like honestly, what it is that you're not comfortable in the corner against this player. I don't think you're really comfortable not being an advantage. So you're looking for ways to get advantage really quickly, and you're not really willing to play neutral. Yeah. Yeah. Well, here's the thing, right? It seems like they're not giving you time to space anything, but really, when you do things like land and then immediately hold shield, flip kick, all these different sorts of defensive options, you actually give up your time to pressure him, right? When you go for F tilt and then you go for an immediate fair and you get punished because it's a rising aerial, you're giving up the pressure, not him. I know that's kind of a hard concept because it seems like you don't want to ever pressure him. But believe it or not, if you can actually accurately pressure somebody like this, it it can catch them so off guard that you might just take a game. Like like if you can accurately pressure somebody, like that's actually how rare it is for somebody to just calmly and collectedly pressure a top player, right? So a lot of times it's not necessarily him just being in your face. It's you not really. I don't want to say giving up, but you sacrifice some of the pressure opportunity. And honestly, like it might sound like I'm being overly critical. I'm really not. Like this is not only super common, it's something that happens to pretty much everybody, unless you're at top level, that you just play worse against people who are better than you, you know? And this person is a lot, like, really well known, like a really good player. So, yeah, I'm not, it sounds like I'm picking on you. I'm really not trying to at all. Okay, cool, cool. All right, we can continue. I think dash attack on platform was just a misinput. See, that's, yeah, there it is again, right? Like, he, he ran, he, I just want to get this again. Okay, yeah. A lot of like trying to get the mid stage, and then you went for a Zaire and you immediately held shield. You spaced a Zaire just fine, and then you got defensive. You know, with ZSS, you always want to be using movement, avoiding things, right? Staying out of the range, micro spacing, right? Because then you're not locked in shield. I honestly I have a very similar problem when I'm doing sessions where I just shield and I get locked in shield, and people can really take advantage of that. So I would say like you can probably practice some friendlies where you don't hold shield at all and just see what happens. Right? Instead of shielding, you have to avoid things with movement. That might be a good drill to go for. Yeah, but I'm really breaking up the flow of the game. Let me just let me just play it. Okay. Covers the down B. Yeah. Yeah. He just covered the down B. Honestly, a lot of the times against like when top players plays ESS, they'll just cover the down B. But nice. I don't know how exactly he lost his stock. I think it was maybe an SD. Wants to cover everything. Good up tilt. Yeah, see that there's the wait, what'd you say? It is very hard to punish. But that's the thing, right? You don't have to punish it. Believe it or not, it actually isn't that fantastic as a pressure tool. It's good to cover, it's very good at ledge. But if you can down be over it, you've won that interaction, right? Because now you have stage. You don't need to get a direct hit off it, right? Oh, okay, my bad, my bad. So you don't have to get a direct hit off of the punish, right? You can punish him by winning the stage, right? If you can down be over it, or if you can roll past it, you've won that interaction. Yeah, that's just something to keep in mind. And like, here's the thing, right? We're talking about this, and it all sounds very logical, and then like you play a game, and it's chaos, right? It's not. I'm not saying that this is all just gonna like snap into your brain. It's just things to keep in mind, and maybe some ideas to maybe implement, right? Like not shielding in friendlies, trying to practice just movement, and I would say maybe you go for like no down B in some games and then all down B in some games. Like you practice situations where you do it every time, and then you practice situations where you never do it at all, just to see where things, you know, land. But honestly, I don't think you're playing particularly badly. It just feels like rushed and panicked. Yeah, yeah. And also, like venting your frustration is fine. I don't think that's the problem, but it can kind of condense your thinking. Like this is just a personal thing, really. But whenever I get mad or I get like audibly angry, it kind of prevents me from adapting. So like what I do, what I try to do at least, is when I'm getting tilted, I try and compliment the opponent. Right, good X, good Y. Like for example, if I was getting neutral beat at ledge, I was not having fun. I'd probably say something like good coverage, right? And what's nice about that is that not only does it kind of like validate your ability because you are playing a top player, it lets you like find a pattern of what's going on, right? Because if you're saying like nice jump coverage, nice jump coverage, nice jump coverage, it's like, oh, maybe I'm jumping too much, right? So it's like not only does it like help you not tilt, it also helps you adapt. That's a super powerful thing to do. Hmm. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's frustrating. So people were just kind of playing Pyramithra, and it didn't feel very fun. That's fair. Uh, Pyra and Mithra are very odd characters. They're kind of like Crom in my opinion. Like you kind of play the matchup the way you play against Crom for the most part. Uh, you kind of camp them out and hope they overextend, and when you get that overextension, you kill them off stage. Like there's not really another way to do it. Uh, DSS doesn't have. She has good edge guarding. Obviously, she's a really good character, but she doesn't have like the best edge guarding. So you do have to like be very precise with things like fair and down B and that sort of thing. Back air. They're good moves. They're very good for getting hits off stage. They send at fantastic angles, but they're not really. You know, they're not like Shulk fair where it's like you don't even really have to think about it. Uh, so that is something maybe you can practice. You can practice edge guarding. Uh, Look for that in friendlies. Yeah. So that is true. That is true. But firstly, how would somebody be hitting you with their, well, depends on the character. But here's the thing, right? Let's say you're edgeguarding Crom, right? And Crom can up B and kill you, right? You should be hitting Crom when he's vulnerable. You should be hitting Crom at the top of his up B, right? From behind probably because you want to be doing down air. So like trying to visualize this. I don't know exactly what you would do, but I think firstly you should use side B, right? If you're on stage, you don't even have to really edge guard him. You can do this, right? I'm actually gonna see if I can do this on Twitch Studio. Hi everybody. So we'll go to the main stream, and I have on screen ZSS, right? You can side B ledge like this, and you can cover up B, right? You could do this too. I do not believe the sword will reach, or you could charge a projectile, right? So I know what you're talking about when you say, "Oh boy, I died for it." Yeah, I know what you mean when you say you can double jump and like cover ledge like that with a fair, but you don't necessarily have to do that. With Ray of Punishment and with Prominence Revolt, by the time they've upbeat, ZSS has kind of lost her opportunity to edge guard. So you can kind of do it maybe a down air to cover a two frame, but other than that, if they're upbeing, you've kind of given it up. You want to be catching them as they are drifting to the uppy spot. You know what I mean? And against Mithra, it is going to be tough because of her side B. But if you can catch her in a position where she has to do it early, she could just die for using it, right? So that's what I would say. Because the thing about ZSS is that she has to be precise when she hits the opponent, but she can do, 3 back airs with just a double jump, right? She could even probably down B, right? And get back to stage like that too. Cool, I'm dead. But yeah, point is, ZSS has a lot of tools, not necessarily to edge guard, but also to cover ledge, you know? So that might be something to look into, not for really Pyramithra, but for other characters. I get flipped it. Oh no, I whiffed it. Anyway, so yeah, you can cover, really with Pyra and Mithra, you don't want to really be challenging the up B with ZSS. You want to be covering their, what's the word? Covering the like space they have to take before the up B. Anyway, we can continue with the stream and go to Romcase. Thank you for the follow. Cool. So I'll update the viewer thing in a bit. We can go back to this. Okay. So good dash attack. Yeah, but then you gave it up. Let me just see it again. I want to make absolutely certain. I don't know what I'm doing. This thing is really weird to navigate. Okay. I don't know. Did I lose it? Okay. You space it. Okay. You get punished for the shield that we were talking about. You get down B punished because you air dodged. Yeah. Honestly, dude, that's just disadvantage. Like, most of that really wasn't your fault. It's the fact that you lost neutral to down B. Yeah, and then he foresights, he dies for it. Okay. So you get lightning bustered. That's okay. Okay. Yeah, see that like double jump from ledge because you're hesitating is it's not necessary because all it does is it takes away your takes away your invulnerability. I think it's just like you're trying to escape, and honestly, it seems like you don't take this the wrong way, but it seems like you're kind of like tense, so you want to be pushing something, so you want to be like doing something, and hanging on the ledge really isn't something you want to be doing. So it might just be that, but yeah, that just is not necessary. I will say you probably like one thing that is really powerful against these sorts of players is to mix up timings. Uh, it's not necessarily that you're not mixing up timings. I just don't think you're doing it with intent. Uh, you can look to like intentionally get up immediately or take longer than you normally would to get up. no matter what the option is, it will force them to start to cover the ledge, right? Because if they're not covering ledge hang, you can hang there for as long as you want and mix up your timing as much as you want. Now, obviously, they can bait this out and then punish you for it really hard later, but as long as you're aware of when they can and when they can't punish you with a down tilt, you'll be fine. So that is just something to keep in mind. And again, this is a disadvantageous situation, right? So it's more about mitigating the bad. It's not about really like winning the interaction, not getting out of it. So you get a nice up tilt and you retreat from the platform. So let me just pull it up here. Go to mainstream. You up tilt this platform, right? And then you run away. You up tilted the platform and he landed like in this general area and had to tech. And you went here. Right? When your up air covers the whole platform. He could have just waited here. There's nothing that he could have done to hit you or challenge you in basically any way. Right? The only thing he could maybe have done is double jumped away. But like, why wouldn't you want to be closer to the ledge if that's what he wanted to do? Right? And if he double jumped in, being here wouldn't do anything for you. So dashing back there was kind of just like you gave up the pressure on the platform because this covers everything. Uh, yeah, that and again, that's a very tough thing to change. But really, what I would say is that you want to like when you're in advantage, you should take your time, even if it means suffering damage. It's better to wait and observe than to just be doing something for the sake of doing it. You know, that's a really important thing to integrate. Is that like when you're in advantage, you don't have to be doing anything because the opponent's the person who has to commit first. I know it sounds like these things are obvious, but like really, it's a big difference between knowing and experiencing, you know. And like, not only do you have to experience per se, but you also have to like experience in a multitude of different situations, right? Like you probably wouldn't have even been able to come up with that situation if you had to think about it, and yet it happened to you. So it's like it's not just about the concept; it's also about applying it everywhere, which is really hard. I'm not. I hope I don't make it sound like it's easy. It's not an easy thing to do. Anyway, so let's get back to this. Oh, wrong one. I don't know why that tab won't close, but it's okay. Yeah, so you get an up air and you double jump with repositioning. That was a really good double jump. You were up here, right? He seemed like he was going to challenge you. You jumped away. You landed. What were you talking about? No, it's okay. Or were you just thinking of something else? Oh, okay. All good. I'm just making sure I'm getting everything. So, oh, my bad. I'm not on the right thing. Unfortunate. Monitor stream. So, back to the thing. So, you get grabbed and side bead. Okay. Oh, he covered that really well. So, you gotta. So, essentially, what he's doing right there is he's just covering down B. He he's not even like I really don't even think he's reacting. I don't think he's looking. I don't think he really cares. He's covering down B to stage, and then he ledge traps you if you don't. So I would just say the best thing to do. It's really not a favorable position for you. You can try and delay your down B such that you hit him for it, uh, or that you challenge him from above because his flame nova does not cover above him at all. Or you can look to delay it so that you do the down B after the end lag of the move, which might not have been possible considering how long it lasts. Or you can just go to ledge and try and like mix up timing. Or final thing, you can go to ledge and hopefully pick an option before he gets to act after Flame Nova. And I think uh, if you time an option such that the hitbox ends and you like jump or something, he won't be able to directly punish it. So there are a couple of options you have there, but obviously he covered down B and you down B, so You know, I really don't think he's paying attention too much. Like, I don't think that was a read. I think he's just covering down because it's ESS. Yeah. Continue. Went for Flame Nova. Yeah. so so he just upbeat to stage, ran into it, GG, right? Like obviously that was a mistake. But I think really what this is you want to win neutral, so you overextend, and you don't want to lose neutral, so you play very defensive. It's just I think really that's the two things, right? I honestly think if you take the game interaction by interaction and you don't so much focus on the win as you do like outplaying him and pressuring him, it would have been a much closer game. I can't say you would have won for sure, but it definitely would have been a much closer game, and he would have actually had to like really put an effort. Because right now it feels like like I think you were trying to say this. He's just kind of going for combos and covering down B and just getting away with it. Yeah. So yeah, it's okay. Hmm. Okay. Okay. So we'll take a look. Yeah, we'll definitely take a look. Okay. So let's get on to game two. Oh my god, it's 11:42. All right. I think I updated my stream. Okay, cool. So now we can go. How's everybody doing today? Waluigi. I don't know what that means, but thank you for the comment. So, okay, let's continue. So, dude, you're actually really funny, honestly. So, let's get to the game two. I believe this is game two. Okay. Yeah, I agree. I don't think I think that's actually a really good pick. So, what was I gonna say? What's uh what's sticking out to me particularly is that you said that he's playing very offensive. I think like that feeling comes from what we were talking about before with the shield, right? Because when you give them the opportunity to, of course he's going to play offensive, especially because he's not really like I hate to say this, but he's not really putting 100% into this game, right? So you give him an opportunity and he will 100% take it. Okay. Spot dodge after the F tilt was a very hard commitment there because uh, essentially you were saying that you're going to swing at me at this exact moment, right? And because like Mithra can cover, really Mithra can just kind of F tilt in the same position, and if you spot dodge it the first time, you'll get hit by the next one. Like it's really like spot dodge in those sort of situations is not very good. You want to be jumping out of the way if you get the opportunity. Rolling is better because it mixes your positioning, or you can shield because then you can pick either option out of it. Right. Uh, Back to here. Yeah, side B is it's just really good. It's an option you have to respect. It is very obnoxious. I agree. Okay. Yeah. So that fair, I don't believe that fair was safe. When he faired your shield, I think you could have back aired it. I don't know exactly how to test it. Yeah. No, but I mean like because he crossed you up, because he went past you. I think back air would have hit, Or yeah, up B definitely, but that's a huge commitment. But my point is like that fair was your cue to get out of that situation, right? You could have rolled away, you could have jumped away. He crushed you up and then up tilted, which means he expected you to either jump straight into it, drop shield, or roll in. But if you had just gotten away from it, you would have won that interaction. Because Mithra on shield is very scary. You landed a dash attack, and okay, this yes, that should be a punish. F tilt. He's doing the exact same thing, right? He F tilts your shield, and then he rising fares, which is unsafe, right? Even if it's not punishable directly, you can still get out of that situation for free, right? He just covers the jump with it. Okay, fair. Yeah, you died for that, unfortunately. Up smash, bit of a commitment. Good. That was really good. Waiting a little bit and then rolling was really smart against side B. You could have teched away, but because you missed your tech, that was not possible. So that was smart. Really good. Up tilt cover jump. A lot of preemptive jump. Maybe you want to stay a bit more grounded. Good up smash though. Yeah, he spaced that really well. Yeah, that's the danger of snapping back to ledge. You know, you might get down till F smashed. See, like now he's covering ledge because he sees that habit, not habit, but like he sees that sort of pattern. Yeah, don't worry about dash attack. Dash attack is really unsafe as DSS. It kind of gives up all your movement options. It's kind of like a spot dodge, but it's aggressive. Good down B. Unfortunate. Good up air on his part. Yeah, he's just covering jump. Side B's really good on Wi-Fi. Yeah. Yeah. Up smash is obviously too aggressive. That one happened to hit, but I would say it's a bit too big a commitment. Again, another dash attack that was really well spaced. Don't get me wrong. It's just very risky. Like now you're starting to take a lot of risk. A lot of risk. Good F tilt. Very nice F tilt. Nice. What a coverage there. That was really smart. See, that's the thing though, right? Okay, this is a perfect example. Instead of just holding shield or like backing off, you challenged his aggression. Yeah, that was super smart. Like that's the thing with these sorts of players. You can either use a movement and like try and like outspace them, which is a very difficult thing to do, or you can challenge them preemptively, try and catch them before they can get their attack out, which is exactly what you did. Okay. Good F tilt. The fair there was a little risky just because it was rising. Yeah, he's just playing really well. Yeah, that fair you want to challenge. The landing fair was like a little bit more excusable because he could do that attack at any time. But that rising fair you should be hitting him for, right? You should hit him right after the hitbox ends. Good fair. Okay. Back air was a little weak, but the up tilt was really good to cover. Good there. Yeah, see, even when you know you should be attacking, you zair and then you hold shield immediately. That's 100% a habit. That's something you got to break because space air is safe. Okay, Nair was fine. It was just width. Could it be? Oh, he just read your jump in, catching your landing a lot. Good landing there. That was smart though. Nice. Yeah. So he's just really catching on to your jumps. Uh, when that happens, you can use your ground game because Pyra's really slow on the ground, right? And her aerials they're good and they have a long range, but they're also very committal, especially when you do like a full hop rising fair. So you can kind of stay grounded and look to anti-air him with things like up tilt if you're feeling committal. You do a rising up air, like a short hop up air. That can cover a jump. Uh, fair is okay. It's pretty precise because not only because you have to hit them dead on, right? So you'll trade with something like a fair. With an up air, you can hit underneath them. You know, you can get under the hitbox instead of trying to like beat it or like whiff punish it. So I would say, is this the end of the set or is there one more game? Yeah, okay. So I would say you did adapt. It wasn't like anything major. It wasn't going to be a reverse three stock, but you did adapt. It's just that you're right. It was a little too late, right? Because you challenged his aggression somewhat. You definitely like started to go for those sorts of things. It's just that what's the word? I don't want to call it too little, too late. It's just that there were just some things that you were doing that still weren't aggressive enough, or like they weren't really challenging him enough. Like I think what's the word? The shield after the Zair is like a textbook example. Like this move is super safe. I believe it's like -3 on shield. I don't know. Yeah, yeah, it's -2. Right? It's as safe. It's as safe as Nair was, and it's way longer. So like I don't know. If you can land a spaced Zair, it feels like it's not safe because of what's the word? What's the word? It's like I don't know how to explain it. It feels like a weaker hitbox than it is. I don't know what the word is, but essentially, it's like the sound effect doesn't. Like if it had like Samus charge shot sound effect, you'd probably wouldn't shield afterward. It's one of those things. It's more mental than anything. It's a super safe move. Uh, you can do it, and not only can you do you not have to shield, you can firstly stand in place if you want to. You can treat it like Ike Nair, right? You can stay in the same position. You can dash back, right? You can jump again to cover maybe another shield, right? You can pressure with Zair twice on the same shield, or you can jump again to cover a roll in or a roll out if you jump forward, right? Or if you jump in short hop, you can cover a jump, right? Essentially, you use it like Ike Nair, right? You pressure with it, you force an option out of shield, or you force an option out of like you know the need to not get hit by it, and then you punish that instead of just hitting them with Zair. So yeah, I think that's pretty much my spiel. I think we can go back and just take a look at. Well, let's just watch the game through and let me just see if I pick up on anything. Because game two is definitely better than game one. You know, I could feel it. Like you were less nervous. It's really good. I'll start here. Okay, good side B. It is. Side B is something you just have to respect. Like that's why Mithra's like so good. Is the threat of side B is actually really powerful. Okay. Yeah, that should be a punish. Yes. Yeah. Wait, was that you? Yeah. Okay. I can't tell what's you and what's the VOD. hmm mm mm. Okay. So it could be that with game one you were more observant and you were more looking for things, and in game two you were more trying to like execute a game plan. Uh, Sometimes like looking at the opponent is best, even if like this is hard to explain, but sometimes it's better to lose and play your best than win with a strategy and not really react with the opponent or like interact with the opponent as much, you know? Like this game is very much based on communication. So uh when you play, don't worry so much about winning, right? I feel like a lot of this game you were worried about winning neutral. You were worried about like outplaying him. but you weren't actually looking to. You were just thinking about it, and that can stifle your movement. That can make you really predictable, really telegraphed. Uh, it's a very hard, it's a very like nebulous idea, but essentially like don't focus on the win, focus on the game, right? And the distinction sounds really subtle and stupid, but it's true. Yeah. Okay. Uh, but yeah, the air dodge punish, honestly, sometimes sometimes at top level, doing something twice is a mix up in and of itself. It's not that big a deal if you whiff an air dodge punish. Really, you just want to be in a position where if they do air dodge, you can still like pressure them, even if you don't get a direct punish from it. He gets a good conversion, but you actually do mitigate. I'll say it again. That disadvantage option was really smart. Oh, no follow. Uh, Harlan, thank you for the follow. Cool. I'll add that to the thing in a bit. But yeah, that was a really smart regular get up or roll in outside the down B. That was a really good down B mix up too. He really did not expect that. Good up smash to cover. Like the up smash was super risky, and I feel like at this point you've kind of thrown safety out of the window. But that up smash was kind of smart because it really did catch. You could kind of feel it caught him off guard. But he did not expect to be getting up smashed there, so that was really smart. I will say, yeah, that's not something you can take lightly. Okay, yeah, see, Zaire spot dodge shield. Like you land a move that's -2, and you're spot dodging. I don't know. I don't know. It's not terrible. It really isn't. Like you're playing against a really good player. It's okay. Like here's the thing, right? Yeah. Hmm. Mm, gotcha. Gotcha. Yes. Mm. Well, the thing that's really nice about that, right? For example, this is the thing. People say, "Well, how do I avoid getting punished for safe moves?" It's kind of an oxymoron, right? So let me just switch to this, right? And let me get Ken down from that platform. If Ken tried to F smash me for a safe Zaire, right? Firstly, Ken would whiff. But let's say there was a move that he could do that could hit me. I would be able to stuff it before he could do it, or I would move in such a way that I would make him whiff and punish his end leg. Right? When you spot dodge, you completely give up all agency. For a split second, no matter what button you push on the controller, nothing will happen to your character other than spot dodge. Right? When you shield, even though it's less safe and it still loses to grab, right? You're not completely invincible. You have complete control over when you drop shield. You can hold it until it breaks. You can hold it for a split second until it doesn't, and you can hold it for like one frame, right? Right. I don't think it's exactly one frame. You still have shield drop lag, but it's very small. So my point is like even when you're in shield, you still have agency over what you do, and you can roll, you can jump, you can up B, right? So you have much more control than when you spot dodge. And that's why I really do say spot dodge is really for grabs and not much else. You don't really want to be spot dodging moves because it's almost like a parry with less reward. Right? On Wi-Fi, the amount of time you have to spot dodge is greater. So some people use spot dodge as like a pseudo parry that they don't have to time, right? Because you can attack cancel out of it. So if the opponent whiffs a move, you can just hit them. But that's super niche and really shouldn't be implemented because it's gonna go away very soon. Uh, yeah. if you're in that position where you really expect a move, don't spot dodge it, parry it. And even if you get hit for it, you're going to be getting back to offline soon. So I wouldn't say that's something you should do. But anyway, yeah, spot dodge is for grabs, or really, it's for anything that's super unsafe to the point where if you spot dodge it, you can punish it really hard. And but the thing is, you have to know the timing so well. Why not just parry? Anyway, I'm getting myself lost. So regardless, spot dodge is for grabs. Like I think there are very few other optimal uses for spot dodge. Uh, yeah, but I agree that when you do something like this and you spot dodge, that is 100% a habit because not only has it happened multiple times, it's a safe move. You haven't been hit for that once in this game, so that's definitely a habit. And if somebody's trying to punish you for it, I think I went over this already. If somebody's trying to punish something safe, just hit them, right? Or let them whiff and hit them. Because if they, firstly, if they're trying to punish you, they're doing something unsafe, right? For example, let's say it's Shulk. If they do a rising fair on your shield, you're hitting them for that every time, right? You just fair them out of shield, right? So anything that they could potentially hit you with is punishable, like on shield, right? Or if you dash back, it's even more punishable, right? So yeah, you should never be doing something so defensive and something that takes away so much of your agency after something so safe, right? I think the most defensive option you should be going for is a shield, right? Because when you shield, you can punish that mashing, you can punish that aggression, right? Other than that, I would say you should be jumping, dashing back, and attacking again, right? You could do something like a Zair into F tilt on a shield, right? Or Zair into maybe I don't know, maybe a back air, or I don't know how ZSS would attack again. Maybe a grab if they expect to another jump into a pressure tool. So yeah, but essentially, when I say attack the shield again, I don't mean necessarily just like a button or like something that would hit shield. You can also attack the shield again with a grab, or maybe a side B if you expect them to drop. Right? Essentially, anything that would hit. So I will say you did. I don't think this is like cringeworthy or embarrassing. But you definitely it was definitely like top player fear. Wow, CSS has a bad recovery, but but uh the thing is, right, I would say in those situations when you're just playing a top player, don't don't think of yourself as like needing to do well, right? Because you're the underdog in that situation. What happened in that game, hi Maya, what happened in that game was exactly what was expected. Exactly what was expected. Luis played against a random and a random lost, right? Okay. Like nothing happened. Nobody's like, damn, he lost to Luis. What a loser. Like nobody cares, right? The only thing that can happen in those situations is that he loses. The only thing that's interesting. Nobody cares that Luis beat you. Nobody. Not anyone. Beat Luis, that's news, right? Like like for him, it's just a risk. There's no reward in winning, right? For him, it's just this is like his 9 to 5. He's got to win. There's not really much other option. But for you, right, you're expected to lose, so you have nothing to lose, right? Just play. You know, there's no shame in losing to a top player. None. So when you just go out and you're like, I'm gonna play my best and whatever happens happens. Firstly, you maximize your chances of winning, and secondly, you play as the underdog, right? Like when the underdog power is super real, right? It's almost as powerful as top player privilege, right? Where you're just afraid of the person. If you can like see yourself as being a true underdog and not really worry so much about what's the word winning. I don't know how I forgot the word winning, but if you're not worried about winning, you're like unable, right? That's what I tell people. Like I really do tell them this. Like how do I not care about winning? It's like you just you just don't care, right? If you don't care about wins in Smash Bros, you are invincible. Nobody can be better than you. Nobody can be worse than you. You just don't care about wins. You're just a good player. You're invincible, right? And obviously that's way easier said than done. But that's like top tier mindset. Is like I'm gonna play my best. I'm gonna win, and if I don't, so what? I don't care. I don't care about wins. Like that's it. Right? having the mindset of like, I don't know how I said that weird, but having the mindset of like, I'm gonna win and this is how I'm gonna do it, right? Even if you're getting three stocked is super powerful. And if you lose, dude, it's Luis. I know I'm probably not super helpful with this. This was, believe it or not, my first official VOD review, but uh, I'm hoping to improve. So cut me a little bit of slack. But yeah, this is. I actually really did enjoy this. It's 12:05. I don't know. I think I covered pretty much everything that I would cover. Mm, yeah, yeah. It's the same thing as tournament mindset. It's like I'm gonna win. Oh, I didn't win. It's okay. I'm here in a tournament, and it's just a fun place to be. Like you don't have to worry so much about like winning or proving yourself. You know, there's always another tournament, and you don't like. I think the less people care about, like, I'm not saying you care about status, but like, I think the community in general cares about status, and like wins and stuff are really like hard pushed. It's like, who cares? Who cares? I don't care that you're in Ryuga Core. You're bad. Like, I don't care, right? Like that. Like, I think that mindset, even though it sounds like a scrub mindset, like people will make fun of you for it, is so powerful. Like, who cares? Who cares if you're winning or losing? It's about improvement. You know. And like that will be I think for you at least that will be the difference between doing quote unquote badly against top players and like doing well. And like even if you lose, like you'll feel satisfied because you played your best. You know, I'm not going to guarantee that you're just going to like beat top players with this, but but yeah, it'll definitely be more fun for you. You know, and you'll probably make them try, right? Because they're not just going to be able to top player privilege out of the set. You know. All right. Oh, cool, cool. Hmm. Okay. I would say that, like, firstly, that's a VOD I'd like to see. I don't know if it's possible to get, but okay. Well, if they're live streaming this one, we should watch the sets that you play next time because, firstly, I will say this. I think we went over it against Krom. You want to wait for him to overextend or do something stupid, uh, push him off stage, and kill him at 10. Like, trying to outplay Crom in neutral is like I don't know, like being a fish and then having a monk like a tree climbing test against a monkey. It's just not going to work out for you, right? Like you're playing two completely different games. Uh, don't even try and out neutral Crom. Just get him off stage, kill him at 0. Don't even feel bad about it. It's the same thing with Ike Online, right? Like people try and like out nair me. It's not going to work. Uh, so honestly, I think this mindset will help you not only in tournament but against pretty much anybody. Uh, yeah, and I would like to see next time we meet the vods of your sets. Mhm. Okay. That's that not only is that impressive, that's like a stroke of luck because tippers are probably one of the most inconsistent hitboxes in this game. But yeah, that's actually really funny. So yeah, if you are confident in your Marth, and you think that you can, maybe counterpick people with it, uh, that's your call. I think you're at a level where it's not going to be too detrimental. I will say you probably do better if you like learn the bad ZSS matchups as ZSS, but it's up to you. I'm not going to tell you to drop Marth. I just think it would be like more beneficial. But hey, if you do well with Marth, Marth is a super fun these character. Gotcha. Well, believe it or not, there is that like idea of having a strategy that people haven't seen before, even if it's not optimal, it can still win you a lot of games. And hey, dude, if it works, it works. I don't care about optimal. I'm not trying to throw shade. Like if it works, do it every time. It doesn't matter what it is. Yeah. Hmm. Cool. Cool. Yeah. Good luck, man. I think I'm gonna end stream now, just because I do have to do some work. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Wow, we have 9 viewers. That's insane. That's really insane. Okay, so to anybody watching, I'm going to be streaming later today. I think it's either 5 or 6 to 8. Actually, 5 or 6 to 8 or 9, depending on when. I think I have 2 more sessions today. So yeah, you guys can stop by in the evening. Wow, it's actually really cool. And 8 followers away from affiliate. Let's go. All right. Thank you again for the VODs, and I'm gonna end stream. But yeah, it was great working with you, and I hope this was beneficial. Yeah. Yeah, cool. No problem. Anytime, man. All right. Later. Cool. That went really well. Okay. So that's going to be the end of my stream. Uh, I will, yeah, no problem. Thanks. Thank you guys for watching. I will hopefully be seeing you guys later this evening with more sessions. All right. Later, guys.